give you whole schedule. I wake up at this time, I have to take care of my family, I go to the job, I do this, I do that. Yes, but so what's our attitude when we receive instructions? So let's introspect, let's take time and see how am I reacting when my guru is giving me instructions? How am I reacting if my guru or my Shiksha gurus are correcting me? Am I getting disturbed? Am I counteracting whatever they are asking me or telling me? So we have to introspect in that way. And we should develop their attitude of rendering service. This is the other topic the other point that is mentioned in this verse. So rendering service. So we should be in the mood we should develop the mood of rendering service to our Guru and also to our Guru's mission. There is a pastime of Narottam Das Thakur, the picture that I have chosen here, Narottam Das Thakur. So Narottam Das Thakur, he, so at the time that he appeared, Narottam Das Thakur, by that time, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda had already finished their pastimes in this material world and they had already left. So Narottam Das Thakur, he wanted to find a guru, and through the instruction of like other devotees, he approached Lokanath Maharaj. So when he went there, so Jiva Goswami instructed him to go approach Lokanath. So when he approached Lokanath Maharaj, but Lokanath Maharaj was in so much deep sadness of losing the association of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. He was feeling very sad and like sad. So he didn't want to take any disciple. So Narottam Das Thakur approached him and asked him, "Can you become my guru?" And he said, "I cannot become your guru because if I am not being able to serve Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, I'm not even capable of taking any disciple. I'm not up to the level of taking any disciple." So that really attracted Narottam Das Thakur when he heard that, because he saw how humble Lokanath Maharaj was. So what he did, he wanted to win the heart of Lokanath Maharaj. So what he did, in the morning, whenever Lokanath Maharaj would go in the nature call in outside, like there was no washroom, but outside, outdoor, whenever he would go. So Narottam Das Thakur would wait, let him finish his business, and he would go there and clean that place. So Lokanath, when he came, every day he's coming, he says, "Yesterday I went there only, so how come it's clean today?" So like this, day by day is going on, and he sees that place very clean. He said, "One day let me check." So after he already answered nature call, he hid it behind a tree and he's waiting, he's checking who is the person who's cleaning after me every day. So he sees Narottam Das Thakur. And when he sees that, he already, this action already won his heart. He was already like, okay, ready to accept him as his disciple. So that's when he accepted him as his disciple. So the lesson that we can learn from here is how to develop that attitude of menial service or good service. Because when we are doing service, then only we are able to get the blessings of our Guru. Right? So there are different types of services. There is Vani Seva and Vapu Seva. Are we familiar with this term, Vani and Vapu? Vani means whatever our Guru is giving us as instruction. And Vapu Seva is personal service to the person. So example of Vani Seva is all the instructions that Srila Prabhupada has put in his purpose, instruction that he gave his disciples. So those are Vani Seva. And then Vapu Seva is being able to serve the Guru when in his presence. Like you are able to cook for the Guru, you are able to drive for the Guru, you are able to serve the Guru financially when they are traveling and those kind of things. Right? So it's very important that we understand the difference between those two and we understand which one takes priority. So according to you, which one takes priority in the service of Guru? Vani Seva or Vapu Seva? Why Vani? Eh? No, I'm not saying what you like, I'm saying what takes priority.
Many times it is not possible to do that physically.
Exactly. Yes. Many times Guru are not here, are not present. Guru may be in another country. So then what do you do in that situation? If you're not able to fly and go see Guru all the time and serve him personally, then you follow his instructions. Right? You serve him through his instructions. And that is more dear to the Guru. The Guru is not always happy being surrounded by 20 disciples following him and all. No. He would prefer that his disciples are out there serving in Srila Prabhupada's mission, distributing books. Right? These are the things that Guru would want us to do. To be able to, like how we are running the center here in Iskcon Oakville, right? So our Guru Maharaj would prefer us to be serving this way. He would be happy that all of you who are here, present here today, look at the weather outside. When we were coming, I was telling Dhruv, this is the weather where we want to be on the couch, having something hot. But all of you chose to come to Iskcon Oakville and serve in Srila Prabhupada's mission. So this is amazing. This is service, right? You're following the instructions of the Guru. So this is what takes like priority compared to Vapu and Vani, right? Also commitment and punctuality. This is very important. Commitment. When our Guru gives us an instruction, we should be committed to following those instructions. We should be committed into taking those seriously and not deviate from that. We should also work on our punctuality. So commitment, for example, we have taken the commitment of chanting 16 rounds every day, or we have taken the commitment of following the 4 regulative principles. So we have to stay committed to that. Punctuality, when our Guru is asking us to be present at some time or come and do some service at some specific time, we have to be there on time. Right? That's how His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj always says, if you cannot be on time, at least be early. So we have to be punctual. Not that we can make the Guru wait for us. We have to be punctual on our service, right? I give you an example of what happened to us several years back. We went to Mayapur and we went for the Iskcon Leaders Sangha, and Bhakti Maharaj was there. So Maharaj asked us to come and go for japa walk in the morning, early morning with him. So Dhruv was small at that time. This is 10 years back. So he was 8 years old at that time. So we couldn't wake him up early, and we couldn't go with Maharaj for japa walk. So one day it happened then I returned to Maharaj. Maharaj, I got busy. Maharaj said, okay, no worries, tomorrow you come. Yes, Maharaj. Next day, again, Mangal Aarti, he couldn't wake up, or something happened, we couldn't go, and then we again saw Maharaj. Maharaj said, you told me you were coming. I said, Maharaj, sorry, I couldn't come because we got busy and this. Maharaj said, be careful to what you say in the Dhamma. Because we can do Dham Aprad in the Dham when we are saying something that we are committing to and we don't come and we don't do it. Right? So actually there was some karmic reaction that happened right there. but yes, so we have to be careful about those things. And even in Kartik, we all are saying, yes, whatever you do, you get multiplied by 1,000 times, right? Energetically we say. What about if we lie in Kartik? Or if we say bad things, or we do bad things to others in Kartik? Did we think about how that will get multiplied? That's very important that we check, right? So it's very important that we stay committed and punctual. If our Guru asks us to come on this time, we come on this time. We don't make the Guru wait. Right? How to develop this service of rendering this service attitude? We also learn from the nectar of instruction. Utsaha. Continue. Utsaha, Nishchaya, Dharya. Where are the students? Utsaha, Nishchaya, Dharya. Tat, Karma, Pravartana. And then? Okay, this is homework. So you make sure you check this and you memorize this. And yes, so we talked about the time management. Actually, we say time management, we say being punctual, we say time management, but rather than time management, it's more self-management. We have to manage ourselves. We have to see how committed we are and how serious we are. If we are not serious, then we have to manage ourselves, making us more serious. And introspect and see where we can improve. Now the next point is honesty. So honesty with our Guru. Like how I gave you that example earlier about Ananda Prabhu when he said yes. We could have been honest and right on the spot told Maharaj, it's difficult for knowing myself, I cannot make it. Right? We have to be honest with our Guru. We have taken a commitment in front of the Guru to chant 16 rounds. But then life happens and then we are not able to chant those 16 rounds. So what do? We have to tell the Guru. We have to let the Guru know that, Guru Maharaj, I am having difficulty chanting those 16 rounds. Can you help me? Or can you guide me how I should improve? We cannot be lying. We shouldn't be lying. Right? I am having difficulty following the 4 regulative principles. We have to come in front of the Guru and tell the Guru that we are having difficulty following those vows. Right? By acknowledging our weakness, only then we would be able to work and overcome them. As long as we would be living in denial, everything is fine. Guru Maharaj is asking you, how is your spiritual life going? Talk to Maharaj. Then you will never be able to get the chance to improve. But if we are genuine and we are honest with our Guru Maharaj and we tell our Gurus, not only our Guru Maharaj, our Shiksha Gurus, I am having difficulty chanting my rounds. Or I am having difficulty reading the books. Then we will get the guidance, we will get the proper guidance, we will get the proper help that is needed. So it is very important that we are honest. Because what happens sometimes, we get so excited about taking initiation. You know that period, it's like how people have the honeymoon period of the marriage. So similarly, sometimes we get so excited about taking initiation. And then what happens after that, we feel ashamed of ourselves. Okay, we are not able to cope with or keep those vows, right? And another problem that we also face sometimes, one in a couple, maybe one person is very ready to take initiation, but the other person is not. And then what we do, we beg, please give my spouse also initiation, please give my spouse also initiation. Yes, spouse gets initiation, but spouse is not able to cope with the same number of rounds that you have asked to chant or follow the four regulative principles. Then what happens in that situation? All these karmic reaction, the guru is holding on his back, and guru's health gets affected by that. So we have to be honest. We have to be clear. We have, if it happened, we have to go and tell our Guru, okay, Guru Maharaj, this is my situation. Because that would take us to our next step. Because by doing that, then we can realize the power of Guru's blessings. Srila Prabhupada mentioned earlier in the purport that I was reading, we can get the understanding, the power of Guru's blessings. This is the picture that we took when we went to Dallas in 2023 when I got sick. So I went and seek the blessings of my Guru before I started my treatments. So Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Devasaka Maharaj, at that time he blessed me, and he was kind of joking also at that moment when I went and asked for his blessings. And he said, I am also going through cancer. I am also doing treatment. And like jolly nicely he was saying, and I said, Guru Maharaj, I'm teaching Bhakti Shastri, and I want to continue this service and all. He says, you have my blessings. And he was telling me, you know, you should do Bhakti Vaibhav. At that time, I'm going for surgery and chemotherapy and all these things are coming. You should do Bhakti Vaibhav. I'm looking at Guru Maharaj, and he says, you know, I have done Bhakti Vaibhav. I didn't sit in any class. I just went and did the exam. I passed. I got a big certificate like this. He's showing me with his big certificate like this. So this gave me encouragement, because if he being in a wheelchair, he's doing this enthusiastically, I'm still walking, and I'm still able to do some service, so why not? Right? So with the blessings of Guru, many miracles can happen. It's just that we have to develop that faith in Guru's blessings. And Srila Prabhupada mentions that in his purport earlier. So it's very important that we understand how the Guru's blessings work. And for us to get the blessings of the Guru, we have to take the humble position. Always remember, when we are trying to fill a cup with water, where do we place it? Above the tap or under the tap? Under the tap, right? Because the water flows from the top. So similarly, blessings flows from the top. When we want to get that blessing, we have to take the humble position. We have to serve the Guru in a humble mood. And when we meet a Guru, when we are seeing a Guru, when we are taking blessings, we need to know what kind of blessings we are asking. Sometimes we go to Guru, we say, Guru Maharaj, please bless me. And Guru Maharaj, he cannot read our mind what kind of blessings are we asking for. So we have to be specific. Guru Maharaj, please bless me so that I can read Srila Prabhupada's book. Guru Maharaj, please bless me so that I can advance spiritually. right? We have to be precise how we want to grow spiritually. Because Guru Maharaj may be meeting so many people, and it's difficult for him to know what exactly what we need, what kind of help we need, right? So that's how we should be approaching our Guru. And yes, so can somebody read? Mataji, can you please read that?
When the disciple showed gratitude to spiritual master and served him to the best of his ability, the spiritual master showed his gratitude in return.
Thank you, Mataji. So the next point that Srila Prabhupada also mentioned is gratitude. Being grateful. In this picture that I chose, there's somebody there. Do you all know who that is? No, it's actually Malti Prabhu. Yes. So Malti Prabhu is in the picture. We all know how she's dedicated her life into serving Srila Prabhupada. And they are among those six couples, among those six devotees who went to UK to meet George Harrison and getting that done in UK, right? So I'm going to share with you one of the pastimes that she shared in one of her lectures. So when Mataji, when she went to India, coming from US, going to India, it's definitely a culture shock, right? And then now cooking for Srila Prabhupada in India, that also not on a stove, but in a wooden stove, chula, yes. So she had to cook like that. And when she's cooking like that, rotis are not the shape of rotis, rotis are not, like so many things were happening in different ways. And every time she's cooking, every time something is going wrong, and sometimes Srila Prabhupada would chastise her, and like that. And she's not getting all the ingredients that she wants. It was difficult. At some point, she was in her mind, she already thought, I think I'm going to quit this service. I'm going to tell Srila Prabhupada that I'm not able to do this service, and I'm going to leave. So that came in her mind. So it so happened that one day, Srila Prabhupada's godbrothers came to see Srila Prabhupada. And when they came to see Srila Prabhupada, they all sat around Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada asked Mataji to prepare some preparations of prasad. So she prepared something, and she went into the room where Prabhupada was sitting, and she discreet, like as discreet as she could be, she took the plate, she put it in front, she covered her head, put it in front, and quietly she's getting out of the room. So as she's getting out of the room, Srila Prabhupada said, wait. So Srila Prabhupada told all these godbrothers, do you know who this is? This is Malti, like my disciple. And Srila Prabhupada said that if I ask her right now, she will give up her life for me. And I am ready to give up mine for her. So Srila Prabhupada said that. And when Mataji heard that, right away she put that in her mind, she's never going to. So we should develop that kind of gratitude towards spiritual master, because without the Guru's blessings, we cannot be here. Without what Srila Prabhupada has done, we couldn't be here in Iskcon Oakville. Who would think like Gita will be somewhere and sitting here and listening to Lord Krishna's pastimes, celebrating Kartik month? No. It's all because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy. If we develop that attitude of gratitude, then that will take us very far in our spiritual life. So we should actually every day when we wake up, do Guru Pranam, right? Pray to our Guru, thank our Guru. Because of you, we are able to be here. If you haven't chosen your Guru yet, take Prabhupada Ashraya. think Srila Prabhupada's ashraya, the shelter of Srila Prabhupada, and when pray that you can grow spiritually. And every day, be grateful, take gratitude on what he has given us. Now the other thing that we look at is the worship of the Guru. The worship of the spiritual master should be at the same level as the worship of Lord Krishna. Sometimes we may disagree. We may say, oh, why are we praying to human beings? We get that, right? But if we understand the position of the Guru, how the Guru brings us closer to Krishna, then only we will be able to respect that, right? Earlier we had the Guru, Guru Aarti, right? Who sang the Guru Aarti earlier? I think Devansh sang it, right? And who wrote the Guru Aarti? Do we know? By whom? Shri Guru Charana. Say? Yeah. So we actually don't sing all of the prayers. There are more verses in it. We sing only 4 of it. So we have to understand the meaning of that prayer when we are singing it. So I'm going to read it with I'm going to read the translation. Actually, we read that every time in Iskcon Brampton before we chant the Guru Aarti. So we read this translation, and it's a good practice to read it so that you understand and you get into that mood of worshipping. The lotus feet of the spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow down to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills one's desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From his ecstatic prema emanates, by him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, and the Lord of the and master of the devotees. O Lokanath Goswami, O Master, be merciful unto me. Give me the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the 3 worlds. So remember earlier I was telling you about the pastime of Narottam Das Thakur, how he approached Lokanath Swami. So this is what we are saying here, Lokanath Goswami, that he's addressing that prayer to his Guru, right? So when we are singing it, we address it to our Guru, who is Srila Prabhupada. And then by making the dust of the Vaishnava's feet the ornament of my body, ecstatic love comes. Washing the Vaishnava's lotus feet is my method of worship. By always associating with the Vaishnava, I shall overcome the darkness of ignorance. O Srila Sanatana Goswami, O Srila Rupa Goswami. It continues like that, right? It's 9 verses, but I'm not going to read the rest. So what our focus is when we are singing this worship, we should be in that mood of gratitude and also in that mood begging for service to Srila Prabhupada that we can help in his mission. Going forward, we are looking at a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. So, can somebody else read it? Babu Prabhu, can you sit on that top? No? Okay, maybe someone closer. You can read that.
No,
Every man should act like this when he meets a person more qualified than himself. He should be very pleased. When he meets someone less qualified than himself, he should be compassionate towards him. When he meets someone equal to himself, he should make friendship with him. In this way, one is never affected by the threefold miseries of the material world.
Thank you, Prabhu. So this verse comes from Srimad Bhagavatam 4.8.34, and this is a conversation between Narad Muni and Dhruva. So Dhruva, when he was in the forest, when he met Narad Muni gave him this instruction about how we should behave when we see different Vaishnavas, right? And this is part of our Vaishnava etiquette that we follow. When we meet someone who is junior to us, we are compassionate. Those who are equal to us, we treat them as a friend. And those who are senior to us, we treat them as our Shiksha Guru, or we try to learn from them, right? So it's very important that we understand this verse. We understand how we can practice this. So we are all coming here at Iskcon Oakville on a regular basis. It's important that we understand who is our senior, who is junior to us, and who are our equals. Even though it feels like, why are we discriminating? But by doing this, this helps us to avoid making offenses. So if we understand that, if we are able to understand this relationship, and we are able to practice this instruction that is given to us, this will help us in improving in our spiritual life, in progressing in our spiritual life. Now we are going to look at the role of the Shiksha Guru in our life. We can have as many Shiksha Gurus as possible, as many as we can take instructions from. So there's a difference between Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru. Diksha Guru is the one who gives us initiation, and Shiksha Guru could be someone who is guiding us. And if we look at the previous verse that Narad mentioned, so Shiksha Guru is the person that we can approach and take guidance from. The person who can help us to improve spiritually. So we have to understand the role of the Shiksha Guru, in other words, our spiritual mentor, right? So it's not always possible for the Guru, Diksha Guru, to be present, right? Many of us, like for example, my Guru Maharaj, I don't see him so often, right? I think Sadhujanan Prabhu also the same situation. Radha Maharaj, you don't get to see him so often. So in that situation, it's advisable for us to take a Shiksha Guru in our locality who can help us in growing spiritually. Because what happens, there is danger if we don't take a local Shiksha Guru. We are at the danger of doing things on our own, and we are not accountable to anybody. Because our Shiksha Guru would be so busy, and it would be difficult for us to give them the report of what we are doing, how we are progressing, and where we need to progress. But having a Shiksha Guru locally, one or many, helps us to progress spiritually, because the Shiksha Guru would be able to guide us, to tell us where we have to improve. And they are more on the practical ground, right? Like even at work we need that. We need that supervisor who is behind us and telling us, okay, you're late in this, submitting this project, right? So we need that kind of guidance. We need to be accountable to someone. So that's why it's important to have a spiritual mentor in our life. And the other thing is, when we are in front of our spiritual mentor, like first of all, we are able to identify who they are. And then the other thing that we need to know is when they are giving us instructions, how do we take those instructions, right? And I mentioned earlier, how do we take corrections? When our Shiksha Guru is giving us instruction and we are not able to do it, of course they have that right to correct us also. Now if they're correcting us and say, boy, how dare you? Why did you do that to me? How can you tell me this? That's not good. Because if we identify them as somebody who can help us in our spiritual life, then we should be able to accept, digest those kind of criticism or feedback to improve ourselves. So we have to open our heart and our mind for that, so that we can improve. Also looking at, sometimes offenses can happen because too much familiarity can cause offenses. Sometimes our guru, even initiating guru, shiksha guru, would be very friendly, very merciful, because think about that hierarchy not hierarchy, that relationship cycle I mentioned earlier, right? So when you're with your junior, you treat them with compassion. So our shiksha guru could be treating us with compassion. But we take that compassion as friendship and we start treating them as our equal friend, buddy. And in that process, we could make offenses because we don't realize the number of years of spiritual baggage that the person has carried, and we start familiarizing with that person and we make offenses. So we have to be very careful. So the relationship that I mentioned, it's very, very important that we take time to understand who are those people, who are my equals, who are the person who I can give compassion to, and who are those who I can learn from. So we talked today about how to inquire, how to develop that submissiveness, humility, how to render service, the different types of services, Vani and Bapu. We also talked about honesty. We talked about faith in Guru's blessings. We talked about gratitude, the feeling of gratitude, and worship of Guru, and the role of the spiritual mentor. I hope I did justice for this topic. If ever I made any mistake, please forgive me for that. And if ever there was anything that you were able to get today that you can practice in your day-to-day life, these are all the mercy of my Guru. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Are there any questions, reflections, comment, takeaways? Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for such an enlightening session. I have a lot of takeaways. I really got connected with this last part which you mentioned about the level of service and like compassion, because many times it's like familiarity breeds contempt. Maharaj also says this thing, and how can we analyze and come to that point whether this is a high level or say needs compassion, because sometimes it becomes very difficult to, we always take it in a very friendly way like you said.
Yeah.
So if you can just share some points and
so if I understand your question carefully, Mataji, you're asking me, how do we identify who is our equal, yes, who is our junior, and who is our senior? So let's, for example, take who is our senior, right? Because we are all in that process. We want to learn from somebody, right? So when we are looking at who is our senior, what are the criteria that you think? I'm going to ask this to everybody. I have a list, but I'm going to ask this to everyone. What do you think is what you would look for when you're looking at somebody who's senior to you? What are the criteria? Maybe someone else would answer. That's your question, so yes.
When they got the initiation and how long they are in this.
Okay. So you mean to say how long they've been initiated? Okay. Yes. How long they've been in the movement?
Or they are practicing this.
Practicing Krishna consciousness. Any other point? How do you consider seniority? Yes, Prabhu.
So I will judge on the basis of their ego, because sometimes what happens in some various religious places, who is handling the organization and giving the discourse, they start feeling that they are the one who is doing everything.
Yes.
So everybody should listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
So there will be a misunderstanding. So I will understand that why the person is doing it, whether they are doing it because they want to streamline the devotees, or they want to have some sort of a dominance or ego problem. So there is a fine line. You know,
Yes.
you sometimes misunderstand the person, but you don't put in the shoes of them that how much organization and efforts they are putting it, and their main objective is not dominance and ego, but main objective is to bring the conscious level towards of devotees towards the Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Actually, that's a great point that you brought. Yeah. Any other consideration you would put when you're thinking of somebody who's senior to you?
I'll go.
Hmm?
I think I would like to. Hare Krishna Mataji. So I would love to see senior as a mentor who can really guide me on the right path and who can help me to really grow spiritually, who can help me to identify my weakness, and definitely who can show me these are your strengths, continue, who can be loving, compassionate mentor or guide.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah, my just one point is the person is knows the knowledge and he or she apply his or her life.
Yes.
So if that's the main senior, not the time or how long in this path.
Yes.
Yes, that was
Somebody could be
Achar and Prachar.
Yeah, Achar and Prachar. Somebody could be in the movement or take an initiation for 30 years, 50 years, but they're not practicing,
Yeah.
right? They could be sitting in a corner and doing their sadhana, but not helping others, right? So that's also a consideration. What else? Anything more? Yes, Mataji is, yes, go ahead.
Who does not discriminate between any and consider all of them as equal.
Yes, thank you.
Can you repeat that?
What's the
What did she say?
She said, who doesn't discriminate and treats everyone as equal.
Hare Krishna Mataji. The question is basically like, how do I identify a senior person then?
Yeah, somebody who's senior to me, like to you.
So first of all, I myself personally, I would feel that I am not senior enough and start building a relationship, then slowly I'll get to know if that person is senior or not. So instead of seeing the other person as senior, I'll see myself as junior and try to
Learn from that person.
and slowly we'll get to know who is senior and stuff.
Very good point.
That's a very good one.
Think himself.
Himself as a
Lower
junior. Yes,
Always junior.
always junior. That's a very amazing.
Default is junior.
Yes.
Start from default.
I think as a being human, we have by default nature that I know
I
everything.
know everything.
I know
exactly.
everything. Then we are done. Then
I
and
know
there.
Bhagavad Gita. I learned it. I know it. My grandma told me. So yes, so but thank you, Prabhu, for bringing that one. Yes, so these are so many considerations. Sometimes by age also, but not always. Could be someone who is younger than us, but could be senior to us, right? All these kids who are born into Krishna consciousness.
Yeah.
We joined later on, but they joined from birth. Now, how we treat them, that's also important, right? So all these are considerations to seniority. Now the other thing is like how Mataji mentioned, there's a very important point here is how much the person is invested in this relationship to help us improve spiritually. Then only there would be a connection. We could see somebody as our senior, we could see somebody as our Shiksha Guru, but if that person is disconnected, is not able to help us, or is not able to invest their time into helping us grow, then that relationship won't work. But if you see somebody is connected, is investing their time, taking that time to call you or send you a message and checking how many rounds are you chanting. Did you wake up early today? Did you read this book today? Are you coming for the program today? If you see somebody is investing their time, then there is, this person is caring for me and is concerned about my spiritual growth, right? So it's very important that we understand that. And for like, if we're looking at the 3 levels, if we're looking at somebody who is junior to us, right? I don't feel comfortable using the word junior, but I have to use it because it's in the Shastra. But somebody who is like younger to us in spiritual life, we have many, like maybe somebody is new in Iskcon Oakville today, but next week they will be senior to someone, right? So there's always opportunity for us to help someone else into their spiritual life. So whatever we are getting from our guru or our Shiksha guru, we should make time to share that with the others, right? And we need to also have that relationship with our equals. Because what happens, like how Prabhu mentioned earlier, somebody could be in that managerial position, could be in that busy with that service of running a center or a temple. They are taking care of our spiritual life, but they are not our friend that we can spend time with and have our kids meet together, have a play date. So in that situation, we need to have friends, devoted friends, with whom we can spend time together, have our kids play together, right? So it's important that we have a proper balance in these 3 relationships. I hope I was able to answer your question.
I think we are up for time, but as always, very practical, very tangible class Mataji. So thank you for sharing. Let's give a big round of Haribol. So we are going to be going to the next segment, which is our closing kirtan. And before that, I just would like to share announcement in terms of this iGuitar studio runs based on the volunteers' donation, and we're lucky to share that we have all the weeks covered up until end of December. So big Haribol to all the devotees. And
Today's sponsor is Narayani Mataji.
Today's sponsorship is from Narayani Mataji. Haribol to Narayani Mataji. And just a reminder that our kids class sessions are going on. We are especially focusing on teaching the Bhagavad Gita shloka to kids. Each of these shlokas are gems and diamonds to live the human life. And if you have friends and families, please let them know. And on that note, we are going to go for a closing kirtan. So if everybody could rise.
I promise.
Hare Hare Krishna, नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम
Hare
हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की शीला प्रभुपाद की
ओम नमो विष्णुपदाय परमंश परिपतस्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद् दिव्यं भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की ओम नमो विष्णुपदाय परमंश परिपतस्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद् दिव्यं भक्ति सिद्धांत गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम चक श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की मथुरा धाम की नवद्वीप धाम की मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र धाम की गंगा माई की जमुना माई की तुलसी देवी की मृदंगा की और समबद्ध भक्तवृंद की all Godist assembled devotees, all Godist assembled devotees, all Godist assembled devotees, all Godist Sri Guru and Gauranga. Vancha kalpa tulubhacha kripa sindhu bhayavacha patitanang papinebhyo vaishnava namo. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna.
A big Hari Bol for the Kirtan. Nice Kirtan Mataji. Hari Bol. Okay, so we have a very special day. Now we are going to sing a Hare Krishna style for Diksha Mataji's birthday. It's her birthday today.
After Mahaprasad, right? After Mahaprasad,
Okay, so we'll do Mahaprasade and then we will set up the cake for Diksha Mataji. It's really her birthday today. Usually we celebrate somebody's birthday, but original date, yeah. So we are very excited. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so kids, Mahaprasade. Sarira Vidyajal Jyotirviya Kahekal Jive Pale Visheshare Taramati Chivati Lobha Mohe Sudarmati Take Jeta Katin Sansare Krishna Baradoya Moy Karivare Jiva Jai Swaprasadana Dilo Bhai Swapna Mritta Khao Shri Shri Radha Krishna Guni Gao Premita Ko Shri Chaitanya Nidai Premita Ko Shri Chaitanya Nidai Mahaprasade Govinde Namo Brahmane Vaishnave Salva Punyavatam Rajan Vishwaso Nivadayate Sarira Vidyajal Jodevriya Dhayeka Jive Vare Visesake Taramati Jivati Lobo Mohe Sudarmati Take Jita Katin Sansare Krishna Vara Doya Moy Shari Vare Jivajal Swaprasade Nadilavai Sena Mritta Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gurugao Premita Ko Shri Chaitanya Gai Jai Nimai Jai Nika Jai Shri Krishna Mata ki Jai. Okay, with your permission.
No, that's what we do for everybody.
Ah,
So
no, but
we have to switch off the camera and close the windows. I don't know what all we do, but this is what I remember.
yeah, because I don't know anything else.